Hello and welcome to 2K Sports. You're watching the NBA. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It'll be the Portland Trail Blazers facing off against the Chicago Bulls. And that'll do it from the studio. Let's get you out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports broadcast crew at the arena. I'll see you back here at halftime.
Hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. A quick check now of the starting lineups for both teams. First for Portland, Porter is out there with Drexler. They've got Kevin Duckworth, a very solid big man who will be making every effort to control the glass and make some big plays under the rim. Then there's Jerome Kersey, and it's Williams at the four-man position. And for Chicago, John Paxson is out there with Michael Jordan. They've got Cartwright each and every night. So important to utilize that size under the basket, and you know he'll be contributing in every way he can here tonight. Then there's Pippen, and it's Grant in at the four. And the Trailblazers start out with the ball. Clyde Drexler on the wing. Dishes it to Porter. Here's Duckworth. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Duckworth's got the first points up on the board here for Portland. Back to Pippen. Bulls moving the ball around. The drive by Jordan. From 13. Here's Cartwright. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So we've got a couple of free throws coming up. This is his first free throw of the game. And that one misses. Good on the second free throw. And here's Drexler. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, I spoke with the head coach of the Bulls. The point he was driving home was that they are at their best when their defense is the driving force of their game. He said, when we rely on D to create our offense, to get us that big play that can swing momentum, that is when we are really tough to beat. Let's see how their defense fares tonight.
All right, great stuff, Doris. Thanks. And guys, not too much of a surprise that defense is going to be the emphasis.
Yeah, that's the type of team they are. I mean, they always seem to feed off of that defense. They're just really trying to attack and force some turnovers and get out and run.
Exactly, Steve. I mean, that's really what drives them on a game-to-game basis.
And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
7 seconds.
6 to shoot. Jordan the pass to Pippen. Knocked loose. Portland with the ball. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. The pass to Kersey. Drexler with a screen on Pippen. The three ball. The rebound by Cartwright. Portland on defense. 4-point game. Here's Jordan. Leaps for it. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Shot from the inbound. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Boy, he's really good defensively at anticipating plays and then forcing players into areas where they don't want to go and where they become more vulnerable for turnover.
And another thing that stands out about him, Steve, he has the ability to score even with defenders draped all over him. He's so strong around the goal.
And he makes the first. Robinson's checked in for Portland. And so Jordan nails both of them.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Robinson, he is guarded by Cartwright. Passes it to Kersey. Leads him in there. Oh, and the jam by Williams. There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
And Chicago has possession after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Here's Cartwright. He's good with the little jumper in close.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
Paxson against Porter. Clyde Drexler on the wing. Drexler with another miss. Chicago trailing here. The drive by Jordan. Excellent D there from Porter.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
He feeds it to Williams. The dish to Porter. Just 5 on the clock. Drexler outside. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
3 seconds.
Just 2 to shoot. Deep 2 from Robinson. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Robinson's got his first bucket in this one.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
Paxson kicks to Jordan. And again, Chicago. No good. Here's Drexler. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Jordan dishes to Pippen. And the Bulls with another miss.
Well, he's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
And the rejection by Jordan. To the paint. Here's Paxson. Robinson with the block. We've got 1:55 left here in the opening quarter. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Robinson's got his second basket.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Yeah, he has to be frustrated by how his offense is flowing. And I can't blame him. You know, they're getting good looks out there, but the shots just aren't falling.
And that can get into a team's head if it goes unchecked, continuing to miss good shots. So this timeout might be a way to combat that.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Bulls trail by 6. The feed to Armstrong. Pass to Livingston. Here is Hodges, guarded by Robinson. Armstrong kicks to Pippen. No good on the triple.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Well, they've got to meet the energy that they're facing right now. It's so important to battle on the boards.
Now here's Drexler. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Robinson's gone 3 for 3 from the floor. Pass to Hodges. It's Pippen on the wing. Hodges, Bulls moving the ball around. Purdue with a screen on Ainge. Armstrong passes to Purdue. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Bulls have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
Easy boys, come on!
2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Good on both. Trailblazers leading by 7. Drexler outside. He passes to Petrovic. Kicks it to Robinson. Drexler outside. Fires from deep. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Drexler's got himself on the board with 3 there. Armstrong passes to Hodges. There's 31 seconds left to play in the first. There's the pick. He dishes it to Pippen. Feeds it to Armstrong. Shot clock at 6. Goes back up. There's the pass to Hodges. He kicks to Pippen. Armstrong. There's the triple. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Drexler dishes to Ainge. Here's Bryant. And he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion. So he'll head to the free throw line. Portland shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. That free throw, no good. And the Trailblazers making a change here. And he's good on the second. Heaves it up. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Trailblazers out in front. They're up by 11. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And the other thing we're seeing is great ball movement. We're seeing a lot of good offensive execution, ball movement, player movement, setting up assists.
Bulls trail by 11. Dishes to Armstrong. Passes to Hodges. Stolen. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Shot is no good. Great D that time. Armstrong with it. Here's Pippen. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Bulls shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
One shot.
Trailblazers leading by 8. Ainge kicks to Drexler. Pass to Petrovic. He feeds it to Ainge. Now the dish to Bryant. And he drops in the layup off the glass. So it's Chicago now. The feed to Armstrong. Pass to Hodges. Kicks to Pippen. Clock at 6. Williams a screen on Drexler. Williams passes to Pippen. Here's Armstrong. And it's Portland with the rebound. Now Drexler. Williams with the block. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
Not the kind of pass you want to be making right there. He's lucky it wasn't stolen.
And Portland making a change here. Williams is checked in. Portland leading by 10. Petrovic with the pass to Ainge. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time. But, yeah, I think if he's open, he's got to let that thing fly.
Now here's Pippen. Grant tries again, and that's 2 points on the layup.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Now here's Drexler. The pass to Petrovic from 17 feet out, and it falls over the rim and in. Petrovic has got his first points in this one.
Kevin, he does a great job of moving without the ball, and he gets a lot of good looks because of that movement. And as long as his teammates are setting screens and looking for him, he can be lethal from the outside.
And that is the key, Steve, but his release in those catch-and-shoot moments is also terrific.
Bulls trail by 10. 1/4 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Pippen dishes to Armstrong. 6 on the shot clock. Grant kicks to Pippen. Drexler defending. Got a piece of it. Here's Petrovic. Releases from 15. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. The Trailblazers have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. Here's Armstrong. And Hodges kicks to Pippen. He passes to Hodges. Picked by Williams. Inside. Drexler with the steal. Here's Petrovic. It's all in by the Bulls. Pippen's got 4 rebounds now tonight. He dishes it to Grant. Feeds to Williams. The Bulls have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
At the line for 2.
He's off on the first. Jerome Kersey's checked in for Clyde Drexler. That's off as well, so he misses both. Trailblazers leading by 13. Duckworth a screen on Pippen. Jumper off the screen. And Hodges kicks to Armstrong. Pippen, the pass to Armstrong. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Ainge with the ball. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Fires from 18. And he hits the jump shot. And the Trailblazers lead by 13.
Starting to get a little momentum here after that scoreless first quarter.
It's Pippen with the drive. Lays it up and banks it in. Pippen's got 5 now.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Ainge against Armstrong. The 15-footer. And that one's good by Petrovic. He's got 9.
Boy, they are as hot as can be from mid-range. They're getting run off that three-point line, but they're taking advantage and knocking down those middle-range shots.
Steve, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on pull-up jumpers. Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Trailblazers leading by 10. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Yeah, and guys, I think he feels like he can make a few improvements during this timeout. Just kind of make a couple of adjustments, get his club back on track.
You know, coaches are always tweaking and tinkering with things mid-game. Actually, sometimes they overdo it.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. There's 1:17 left here in the second. Drexler kicks to Porter. Back to Drexler. Dishes it to Porter. The three-pointer is right on target. Porter's got 6.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Duckworth against Cartwright. Armstrong. The drive by Jordan, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful 2-hand jam, you're right.
If he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Now here's Drexler. He kicks it to Porter. Back to Drexler. And Portland again with the bucket.
You know, that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Passes it to Armstrong. Michael Jordan on the wing. Screen by Grant. Jordan kicks to Grant. Back to Jordan. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A 3, and again it's the Bulls from deep.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Porter dishes to Drexler. Pass to Porter. Fires for 3. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And that is simply a dagger on the way to the locker room. That three-pointer feels like a six-pointer coming when it did right at the end of the half.
And so we wrap up the first half. Trailblazers lead by 13. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
All right, I hope you're enjoying this Wednesday of NBA action. Now let's get to the halftime report. Portland with the lead against Chicago. They've gotten a tremendous boost from their reserves, going to them early in the game for production. There's been some great work by Terry Porter in this one. He's up to 9 points and also has contributed with his passing, making some assists. Now for the Bulls, they're not looking nearly as crisp. They'd like to forget that first half. Coach has not been happy with what he's seen out there, and they'll likely come out with major adjustments. Michael Jordan off to a rough start. His shot isn't falling. He's been ice cold. And that'll be our report. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope to see you next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
The Bulls have not defended well against Porter.
He has 9 points and 1 rebound. He's hitting field goals, three-pointers, using all that range he's got in his arsenal.
Well, he's wearing down this defense. I mean, they have to follow him everywhere, so he is really making them work.
Wasted no time on that one. And it's 6 points for Michael Jordan. Trailblazers leading by 11. And here's Drexler. He feeds it to Porter. Back to Drexler. Wide open. Here's Duckworth. And Portland again with the bucket.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
And 3 from Jordan. Second shot opportunity. And the layup is up and in.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Porter gets a screen from Williams. A 3 from Drexler. A second chance effort, and it's blocked by Grant. Bulls trail by 11. Now Paxson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Cartwright misses. Now Duckworth. Drexler drives in. It's all in by the Bulls. Grant's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pippen with it. Now guarded by Kersey. Paxson kicks to Pippen. Jordan off a pick from Grant. Jordan the pass to Grant. And he trims the lead to single digits. Grant's got 6.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
Drexler with it. He's picked up by Jordan. There's the dish to Duckworth. Now the feed to Porter. Bangs home the trifecta. He's got 12.
He is bombing it today. How many more threes are we going to see from him?
Well, we've already seen plenty. The majority of his points have come on that shot.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. You have to like what we're seeing from Porter.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. They've got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive.
Robinson's checked in for Portland. Here's Paxson. As their comeback bid had better get started.
I think there's still enough time for him here, Kevin. I think there's a good chance they can make it happen.
I don't know. I mean, it's going to take a pretty big run. They're going to have to be almost perfect to get this one done.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And I like the way he capped that drive off, guys, with the one-hand punch.
Here is Porter. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. And it's blocked by Grant. And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Here's Jordan. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
And the Bulls making a change here. Armstrong's checked in. Porter against Armstrong. Drexler with a screen on Pippen. Kersey kicks to Drexler. Drexler with another miss.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bagels in the second.
And it's the Trailblazers on the break.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
The fadeaway. They get the rebound.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Pass to Porter. Fires the 3. Scottie Pippen grabs the miss. Pippen's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. No one near him. He squares up and sinks it. Armstrong's got 7 points in the game.
Well, he's got that quick trigger, a very quick trigger on a shot. It doesn't hesitate to pull up as soon as he gets his hands on the ball. He's a very aggressive player.
Well, defensive pressure is always going to be at its weakest in that instant when the pass gets there. So having a good feel for the catch and shoot serves him well.
Here is Kersey after the made shot from Armstrong. Porter, no luck.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
Armstrong dishes to Pippen. And he finishes nicely on the layup. He's got 7.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And it's not necessarily strategic, Clark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. Got to play hard, guys.
Porter guarded by Pippen. Here's Drexler. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Great assist there. Led him to the perfect spot.
1:25 left to play here in the third. Michael Jordan on the wing. Drexler defender. Rebound by Drexler.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Tries again. Ejected by Pippen. They shoot again. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Look at what Drexler has done so far. 9 points and the 2 nice steals as well. Whether it's making a tough pass or coming up with the steal, he's been able to do it.
Well, he's had a great feel for the game today, for his teammates, for the situation, for his opponents. I mean, he knows what's going on out there.
First one falls for him. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Both free throws good from Drexler. Bulls trail by 9. Outside Jordan. Back to Grant. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Grant's got 8.
Man, great ball movement. They're just picking this defense apart with their passing.
Well, how about the 3 Ps, Steve? Purposeful, precise, passing. We love it, and so does this team because they're taking advantage of it.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
And here are the Trailblazers now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Here is Paxson. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Pippen with the bucket.
I think he's been kind of passive today, and maybe that one will get him going. I think for them to be successful, he needs to be the one to do the bulk of the scoring.
Now here's Drexler. He's got 14. Bryant with a screen for Porter. Drexler, that's good. Drexler's got 16 points.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Jordan up top. Drexler defending. And there's the pass to Paxson. Back to Jordan. Kicks to Pippen. Feeds it to Jordan. Drexler defending. Shoots a fader. And no good trying to get that one. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Portland out in front, up 10. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for Portland.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half was carried right over into the second.
Well, it's been a super performance from beyond the arc, too. I mean, they've been raining in those threes.
He passes to Duckworth. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Bulls trail by 10. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Danny Ainge is checked in for Clyde Drexler. So it's Portland now. Up top, Porter, guarded by Paxson, gets the bucket. Duckworth's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Portland.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
That's been so critical, Clark, because whenever they have gotten the ball into the paint, it's resulted in points, it seems like.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
He dishes it to Porter. Six to shoot. He kicks to Duckworth, and he makes good on the layup. Duckworth's got 4 points in the quarter. Bulls trail by 12. Outside Pippen. Back to Jordan. Lets the three fly. That falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen. Pippen's got 3 assists in the game. Jordan against Ainge. Dishes to Duckworth. And that one's good. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he definitely saw some things that were not working for them out there. And now he's going to make some adjustments.
I'm not sure what it was, but he clearly wanted something to change out there.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He told his guys, it's time to turn it up a little and try to make a push. We've worked too hard to come away empty-handed. Let's put this thing away. Kevin, we'll see if they can get it done.
Thanks again, Doris. Clyde Drexler's checked in for Cherry Porter.
You know, tired legs can affect you at the defensive end, and I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
Bulls trail by 10. Outside Pippen. Pass to Cook. And here's Paxson. Picked by Cartwright. Paxson passes to Pippen. Another shot outside for Jordan. Here's the three. No good from Paxson. Trailblazers leading by 10. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Duckworth. Back to Robinson. He feeds it to Ainge. Portland needs to get off the shot. Percy, and again it's Portland converted. Here's Chicago. Pass to Paxson. Michael Jordan on the wing. Cartwright with a screen on Drexler. Here's Jordan. Paxson for three. Pippen. And that one's good. Pippen's got 10 points here in the second half.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Terry Porter, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Portland leading. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Offensive rebound. And it's Robinson with the jam.
And that just shows you why it's so important to win the second shot game.
Yeah, you know, those second shots are usually the easy ones, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because the defense is out of position on the shot attempt and in terms of rebounding lanes.
There's the dish to Armstrong. Pippen kicks to Armstrong. From deep, Jordan. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
That's now a dozen straight points coming off wide open three-pointers.
You know what it looks like to me out there, guys? I mean, it looks like All-Star Weekend out there. We know how much defense is played. There's actually defense during the All-Star Weekend, no D.
And, you know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast, but I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation.
Drexler, no good.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Stolen by Grant. 3 on 3. Here's Armstrong. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Now just a 5-point Trailblazer lead. Armstrong's gone 2 of 4 shooting from three-point land. There's the feed to Duckworth. Now the pass to Porter. Gives him the lead pass. Portland no good that time either.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Jordan with it. Now defended by Kersey. No good from Grant. Portland leading by 5. Here's Drexler. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and they'll go to the line. That one on Pippen. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Williams is checked in, and so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Look at the free throw percentage. Unblemished since halftime, Clark. That's pretty nice.
I'd go farther than that, Steve. How about perfect?
Yeah, no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
Now here's Drexler. Lock at 6. Stolen by Grant.
Time is definitely not on their side at this point.
Yeah, they need a quick bucket.
No good from Paxson. Here comes Porter. He passes to Kersey. Kicks it to Porter. Now Kersey. They double him with Jordan. Feeds it to Porter. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
Passes it to Paxson. He dishes it to Jordan. Drexler defending. Fires from the wing. And so it's Portland winning this one. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Steve and Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Clyde Drexler.